Okay. All right. So welcome to your benefit or Infomark benefits orientation. Let me get this doodad out of the way. Um, let's go ahead and dive into things. We're going to be talking about a lot of different topics today. We're going to go over tools and resources, health benefits, of course, tax savings options. This is your FSAs, your HSAs, things like that. Company paid benefits. These are the benefits that Infomark pays for on your behalf and that you don't have to put a dime into it. And then we'll dive into voluntary benefits, which are the benefits that Infomark provides, but you pay into it completely. So you pay the full cost of it. It comes out of your paycheck, no problem. Very convenient. Okay. Okay. So to start off, let's chat about our employee assistance program first, which is through Health Advocate. When in doubt, help is just a phone call away with Health Advocate. We partner with them not just for your needs, but your household's needs, even your parents and your parents-in-law's needs. They can answer any questions about Infomark's benefits. They can answer a ton of questions on Medicare. They actually have Medicare professionals on site who are, licensed to have all that knowledge, which is really nice. But aside from that, they can help you find in-network providers. They can help you make appointments to your physicians, help to diagnose and help to explain diagnoses and treatment that your doctors give to you that you may not understand because they're in difficult doctor terms. Resolving claim issues is a big one that a lot of our employees love using Health Advocate for. They do a really great job of taking a deep dive into those claims and getting you some additional discounts where they can find them. They can also help you work through relationship issues, stress, depression, any type of substance abuses, anything like that. Even if you just, had a bad day at work, you can call Health Advocate and say, my boss was making me mad. Like you can just kind of talk to somebody and get that off your chest confidentially. You can also work with wellness coaches to help quit tobacco, use of tobacco products, help you reduce or stop drinking alcohol, or even if you just want to lose some weight. They also help health trackers where you can track your sleep, you can track your nutrition, things like that. You can sync up your Apple devices and your Fitbits. And I think your Nuvo rings if you've got that too. So that's really convenient. They have a mobile app that you can download right to your smartphone. They, equipped iOS and Android and all that stuff. So they're really great. Definitely keep Health Advocate in your back pocket and in your favorite contacts. Okay, let's go over some key details here. Your benefits are effective April 1st of 25. Okay, so that's coming up quick. You must enroll or opt out of coverage by March 31st. And I believe that's on a Monday this year. You can cover eligible dependents on your medical, your dental, and your vision. But I want to note that with your medical plans specifically, if you are covering anybody else other than yourself, so your spouse, domestic partner, or your children, dependent verification is required for just the medical plan only. So some examples of that, if you are covering a spouse, you just need to see a copy of your marriage certificate. And then if you have, children, if you're covering any children, we would just need to see a copy of their birth certificate. So make sure you have those things ready to go on hand before you start your enrollment. Otherwise, we'll be sending out reminders that dependent verification is due before April 1st, okay? Your dependents, they will not be added to your medical coverage until this step is completed. So I'm putting a lot of emphasis on this here. Make sure you have that documentation ready. Make sure you know who you're covering before you even start your enrollment. So that way you can go through the process with ease and you can be done and you won't get any reminders. If you were to ever need report a qualifying life event, or if you incur a qualifying life event after your initial enrollment, that's okay. Some examples of a qualifying life event are if you have a baby, if you get married, if you get divorced, if your spouse or your domestic partner loses or gains other coverage, if your children lose or gain other coverage. Those are all just a few examples of what a qualifying life event is. If you need to add someone or remove someone from your benefits, or make changes to your benefits due to said qualifying life event, you can do so, but you have to report your qualifying life event within 31 days from the event happening. And you must upload proof of that event happening. Okay. How to enroll. So all you need to do is just go to www.myinfomarkbenefits.com. This is our benefits hub. You want to come to this website for all of your benefits needs. To specifically enroll, you just come to this website, click on Benefits Center in the menu bar, or you can even click this large image in the body of the homepage there, and it'll take you to our login page of our online Benefits Center. This online benefits center is where you can view all your benefits. This is where you come to enroll. This is where you come to check out your flexible spending accounts, and report your qualifying life events, and even view Infomark benefits or information, just as you would on the benefits website. Because you're all first-time users, what you want to do is when you come to this login page, you want to register first, and you want to use an online version first, so through a web browser. You're going to create your own usernames, your own passwords, your own security questions. You're going to have to, create those answers too. Once you get set up, you can easily log in and get started. This is what the home page looks like down here at the bottom. It's very user-friendly, very easy to use. But of course, if you have any issues finding anything, if you have questions, anything, we do have a chatbot called Sophia, always down in the bottom corner of your screens. She can help you answer any of your questions. We also do have a mobile app. Once you get registered with the website version first, you can download the My Choice mobile app to your phone. And from your phone, you can access all the same information as you would on on a website version.
And Jane, this is Jane. I just want to pause for a second. I don't know, Lisa, I know you're working on onboarding paperwork, but I just wanted to say that you won't be able to log into the system until all of your information is in our payroll system in Kronos. So Lisa, I don't know if that would be in there, maybe by tomorrow or Wednesday of this week, but I just want to make sure that the employees understand that they can't log in until that's in there.
Okay. Thanks, Gina. All right, some tools and resources. I already talked about Sophia for a little bit, but she is available 24/7 on the mobile app, on the website version, whenever you need her. I talked about the mobile app, so I'm not going to go further into detail with that. But next up we have, let's talk about the decision support tool. While you're in the online benefits center, right before you or after you click on the button to enroll, you'll get asked, do you know what benefits you want to select in, or are you good to go? There is a decision support tool built into it. So if you don't know what benefits you want to enroll in, you can go through the decision support tool. It is a completely confidential tool. None of it is shared with Infomark. It asks you a bunch of questions to help understand you and your family's lifestyle, to help come up with the best plan options that fit your needs for the answers that you selected. And then we also have the Benefits Service Center, which are an extension of Gina and myself. If you ever need to speak with a live person, you can just call the Infomark Benefits Center support line. They are there to help. Just, keep that phone number handy. I will show it at the end of the presentation as well. Okay. Next up, let's review your medical and prescription benefits. So you have a choice of 4 different medical plan options. It's important to know the key differences in the way the cost is shared between you and the plan. So simply put, there is a trade-off. If you want a health plan where you pay the lowest cost when you see a doctor, you will pay the highest premiums for enrolling in the enhanced or basic medical plans. On the flip side, though, the value care plan and the high deductible health plan, those plans do require you to pay more for medical care when you need it in exchange for the lowest payroll deductions. So this comes in the form of higher deductibles, which is the amount you pay before the plan helps pay for medical expenses, and higher out-of-pocket limits, which is the maximum amount you pay for healthcare under the plan in any given calendar year. Okay. So let's dig in to understand how each of these plans work a little bit deeper. The enhanced, the basic, and the value care plans, these are these three plans right here, they're all traditional PPO plans. All the plans are the same in these areas. Every plan covers in and out of network providers, but in order to pay less and save the most money, you want to understand or you want to stay in network when visiting doctors and hospitals, okay? Um, of course, you stay healthy by taking advantage of your free routine physicals, your immunizations, and your preventative screenings every year. There are no referrals required to see a specialist. However, certain tests, procedures, surgery, or inpatient care do require pre-approval with your doctor. I'm sorry, they do they do require pre-approval, which your doctor can help you obtain. And all these things, they do apply to the high deductible health plan as well. Um, okay. So let's take a look at the PPO plans a little bit further. As mentioned, preventative care visits are free. But for free general medical attention, you can have you can have a video or a phone chat with a teledoc doctor for minor illnesses or injuries. I don't know how many of you have heard of teledoc before or telemedicine in general, but it's just a really neat tool that you can call or have a video chat with, a teledoc doctor. They're all licensed physicians. Just if you were to go see a doctor in person, um, you can have that conversation from the comfort of your own home, from your couch, from your car if you need to. It is truly very convenient, and you typically can get on the phone with a doctor in just a few minutes to talk about what you need help with. However, of course, some people do like that face-to-face visit with their primary care doctors, which you can still do if you prefer. You would just have a low copay of either $20 or $25 per visit. Visits to a specialist like a cardiologist, they do cost more because they're a specialist. Trips to an urgent care or the emergency room will also cost you more. But notice how if you visiting an urgent care saves you about $250 rather than going to an ER, which is going to cost you $350. So just be a little bit just be mindful that when you need to go to the ER versus the urgent care, ER is for life and limb threatening conditions only. The urgent care can treat more of those in between medical conditions. So if you need care beyond an office visit, be aware of the deductible amounts. The deductible is how much you pay before the plan begins to pay medical bills. Coinsurance is the percent of the bill you pay after your deductible is met. And the out-of-pocket maximum is the most you pay in a calendar year for medical bills and prescriptions. The enhanced plan, it's this plan right here, this first one, is it has the lowest deductible at $1,500 for an individual. It has the lowest coinsurance at 20%, and it has the lowest out-of-pocket maximum at $4,500 for an individual. This plan may be a good fit for you and your family if you expect to have a lot of healthcare expenses for the rest of this year. But remember, this plan has the highest paycheck deductions, and we'll get into the premium amounts in just a few slides. You may not need this level of coverage if you don't frequently use healthcare. Now, if you see a doctor for preventative care and have a few regular appointments throughout the year, the basic plan may be a good fit for you and your family. This is plan 2 right here. This has the same copays as the enhanced plan, but it has higher deductibles, coinsurance, and an out-of-pocket limit. While the value care plan, it's this third one right here, it does have the highest deductible. There is free coverage for available annual preventative screenings with your PCP and minor services by having that phone or video chat with the Teladoc doctor that I explained. And if you need or prefer to see your primary care doctor, you will have a low copay of $20 per visit. If you need any diagnostic services like testings for, X-ray, blood work, things like that, you will only have a low copay of $40 per visit. Next up is imaging services, like your CTs, your PET scans, MRIs. If you need any of that done while you're under the value care plan, then you are subject to the 30% coinsurance. So the value care plan also does have a $5,000 individual deductible for all other services, including specialist office visits and emergency room care. You will pay a larger portion of the healthcare bill if the unexpected happens. So this plan is often best for those that rarely use healthcare, but still like to pay a known copay for virtual or primary care doctor visits. Let's review the high deductible health plan that comes with the health savings account next. This plan works a little bit differently than the other 3 plans. You will pay a greater portion of your health care right away in exchange for the lowest premiums. All services, including prescription drugs, are subject to the higher deductible than coinsurance. There are no copays for Teladoc virtual visits. However, with the high deductible health plan, it is only $56 per visit. This plan allows you to have a health savings account also, which comes with an employer contribution, which we'll talk a little bit more in detail on another slide. So if you have low to moderate healthcare needs, you can pay for higher cost medical bills as they arise, and you like the long-term tax savings advantages of a health savings account, this plan may be a good fit for you and your covered family members. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about telehealth services with Teladoc. As I mentioned previously, Teladoc services are available for all Infomark Aetna plan participants, or I'm sorry, Aetna medical plan participants. But let's take a look at why it's beneficial for you and your covered dependents to take advantage of this free benefit that you have. So Teladoc is that virtual healthcare service that lets you speak to licensed doctors and licensed mental health care providers by phone or video chat for those minor health conditions, and they truly are available 24/7. They can even prescribe you antibiotics to your local pharmacy should you need them. An example would be if you or your child get pink eye, it's always a good because we know that comes with a prescription to heal pink eye, right? So if you get pink eye, you can call Teladoc and they can prescribe you medication directly to your local pharmacy, wherever that may be, with whoever that may be. And you can go pick it up within, I don't know, 30 minutes, less than that. So, that's truly great. Some other examples of what Teladoc doctors can treat are those minor health conditions, like allergies, rashes. I mentioned pink eye, insect bites, colds and flu, infections, and much more. Utilizing Teladoc can be a fast and very cost-effective alternative to having to schedule an in-person appointment with your primary care physician, which could take weeks or even months. Driving to that appointment at to see your doctor, and even sitting in a waiting room completing paperwork and missing all that time from work. With Teladoc, you can do all of this from the comfort of your own home when you are a covered family member, when you or a covered family member are not feeling well, so do it from your bed, do it from your couch, do it from your car, wherever you are, you can call them and get that care. Members enrolled in the PPO plans can have a general visit for free, while high deductible health plan members will pay the low fee of a $56 copay per visit, which is still a significantly lower cost than if you were to go see your PCP in person. So, keep that in mind. If you or your covered family members need mental health or dermatology visits, Teladoc also provides those services at your convenience. Mental health services are available for no cost at all. They are free across all 4 of our medical plans. We also have dermatology visits, which are available for a slightly higher copay under that high deductible health plan. But if you notice under the PPO plans, the enhanced, the basic, and the value cares, general medicine, mental health, and dermatology are all free under those plans. Okay. So when you enroll in any of the Infomark medical plan options, you will automatically be enrolled in the CVS Caremark prescription benefits. Your CVS Caremark pharmacy benefit information will be located directly on the back of your Aetna medical card when you do get that card. So make sure to tell your family doctor or wherever you go to pick up your prescriptions that your new prescription provider is CVS Caremark. If you take any maintenance medications, so those are the medications that you take, every single day, excuse me, every single day, whether it's every single morning, every single night, morning, day, and night, whatever it may be, if it's all year long and you're taking something, you will be required to either pick up your prescriptions at your local CVS pharmacy or another preferred pharmacy, or participate in the mail order program where you can receive a 90-day supply of your medications and only pay for 2 copays of that. Okay, so you get like the 3rd month free, basically. So when you go to fill a prescription, you will share in the cost. PPO plan members, again, that's your enhanced plan, your basic plan, your value care plan. They all have the same copays. Your generic drugs are $5. Brand name drugs on the formulary lists will cost you $40. Brand non-formulary drugs are $100. And specialty medications, again, those are the ones that usually cost you more than $1,000 per month. They will cost you $250 for each script under this plan. Back to daily medications for a moment. If you are taking that daily medication, again, something every single day throughout all year long, you want to, go to that CVS pharmacy or participating pharmacy or do that mail order program with that 90-day supply of your prescription, because, like I said before, you will only pay for 2 copays for 3 months of medication. So it's saving you a good deal of money there too. And not only saving you money, but saving you time. You may not have to drive to a pharmacy with the mail order program. It just comes directly to your door. If you all live in an area where it's warm most of the year, CVS, they do work with a warehouse where it is, has controlled temperature part of the warehouse where certain medications are temperature controlled, and they mail it to you temperature controlled. They make sure of those things. So if that's something that worries you, have no fear. It'll be handled appropriately. And it's also just very convenient, right? Getting something delivered to your door. You don't have to go drive to the pharmacy if it's like 10 minutes away. Very convenient. High deductible health plan members, you must first meet your $4,000 deductible before paying 30% of the prescription cost with this plan. So if you or your medical covered family members also have diabetes, there is just a 40 cap on insulin here. So that's really great. We really try to help save those who have diabetes and their dependents who have diabetes money by putting this cap on this. if you are taking any GLP-1 medications, or if you are thinking about, being on any GLP-1 medications, CVS Caremark, they do have a program to help you with that. I won't dive into these details right now, but you can get more information just by going to cvscaremark.com. Okay. So here is a look at the biweekly medical premium rates. If any of you are being paid, weekly, you can just, divide these numbers in half. I can also, send to Lisa the weekly rates to hand out to all of you, if that makes it easier. So as mentioned previously, the enhanced and the basic plans offer low costs when you need to see a doctor in exchange for higher medical premium deductions out of your paycheck. Whereas the value care and the high deductible health plan with the HSAs require you to pay more for medical care when you need it in exchange for low paycheck deductions. Okay. So as we talked about in the beginning of the presentation, this is where that trade-off comes in. Okay. So in addition to the medical premiums, if any of these two situations apply to you, then you will be required to pay a surcharge. Please know that if you don't plan on enrolling in an Infomark medical plan, then none of these situations will apply to you. Okay. So here at Infomark, we encourage you and your family to live a healthy lifestyle. So for medical plan enrollees, you or your spouse that use tobacco or vape products consistently are subject to a biweekly surcharge of $57 per paycheck. If you are paid weekly, then it is $28.58 per check. You can eliminate this surcharge, and you can eliminate it by calling Health Advocate. Again, I have the phone number right here at the bottom of the screen, this 855 number. And you just simply say that you want to enroll or register for the 12-week tobacco cessation program. It is a completely free program that Infomark pays for just to help you get healthier by, helping you quit those tobacco or vape products. Next up, let's talk about the spouse surcharge. The spouse surcharge only applies to you if your spouse is eligible for other medical insurance and voluntarily waives that coverage to be on Infomark's medical plan with Aetna. So if that's the case, you will then pay a $69 biweekly surcharge per check. If you are, weekly paid, then it is $34.50 per check. So if your spouse does not have health coverage offered to them elsewhere, then this surcharge will not apply to you. So now is the time to really compare both offerings. If your spouse does have other healthcare coverage with another employer, compare both plans. Pick the plan that best fits you and your household and your family's needs and your financial needs. So moving on, let's review your free medical support programs. These programs are provided to all employees and their dependents who are ages 18 years or older and who are covered under the Infomark Aetna medical plan. The first free medical support program is a hypertension management program. It's run by Livongo, which is a Teladoc health company. If you or an Infomark medically covered family member have been diagnosed with high blood pressure, then this is the program you want to be interested in. It is blood pressure management in the palm of your hand. When you register for this free program, you will receive a smart blood pressure monitor, a personalized action plan, and expert coaching whenever you need it. The second free medical support program is a diabetes management program, also run by Livongo, which is also a Teladoc Health company. So if you or a medically covered family member under, our Aetna plan has been diagnosed with diabetes, listen up. With this diabetes management program, you will have access to a personalized experience that helps you to understand your blood sugar, develop healthy lifestyle habits, and improve your glycemic control. With this program, you will receive a free blood glucose meter, unlimited strips, unlimited free strips and lancets delivered to your door whenever you need to restock, and 24/7 emergency support with one-on-one live coaching. They do allow you to set an emergency contact within this program. God forbid if you or a family member were to faint because of your diabetic, then your live coach will see that when it happens, and they'll try calling you to make sure you're okay. And if you don't answer your phone, they will immediately call your emergency contact to see if they can get to you to make sure you're okay. And if they don't answer the phone, then they will immediately call 911 and send an ambulance to wherever you are. Okay. So if you or your medically covered family member under, Aetna's Infomark's Aetna medical plan, and if you both have hypertension and diabetes, then you can utilize both programs at the same time if you need to. The third and final medical support program I'd like to talk about is a joint and muscle pain support program run by Hinge Health. This is strictly an app that you download to your phone. I just want to mention that now. If you or a medical covered family member struggle with muscle or joint pain, this is the program you've been waiting for. And personally, it's one of my favorites. I've used it 3 times already since we've implemented this in the last 2 years. You can overcome any joint or muscle pain you may have. You can get access to personalized, licensed medical support, physicians and doctors, and your own care team directly through this Hinge Health mobile app. Whether your pain is intense or moderate, whether it's persistent or it comes and goes, you can truly get the care you count on. Perks of this program is that it's easy 15-minute movement exercises that your licensed physical therapist will provide you with. You receive these body sensors just like the man in the image here is wearing. You receive body sensors mailed to your home to help you ensure you are doing the movement exercises correctly. Complete your daily exercises on the Hinge Health mobile app anywhere you go at any time, whenever it's convenient for you. If you don't have a smartphone, not a problem. Hinge Health will actually mail you a tablet you can use to help you do your exercises. There are no copays associated with this program. There are no office visits. And because there are no office visits, there is no drive time. If you ever have a situation where where your pain is for, whatever reason, not being healed by using the Hinge Health mobile app, your physical therapist that you have been partnered with will tell you when necessary to actually go seek in-person physical therapy for those things. So they do recognize, that, certain come point of time, if you need more care than what they can provide, they will tell you so. Next up is dental benefits. So Infomark offers 2 dental plan options with United Concordia Dental to help best fit you and your family's needs. So where these plans are the same, let's start there. They both offer 100% coverage for 2 cleanings each year. If you have a covered dependent who's pregnant, they will get 1 additional cleaning and receive more coverage on services to help manage gum disease during the pregnancy. Speaking of gum disease, this dental benefit also comes with a Smile for Health benefit, which provides the following extra treatment for those who are diagnosed with diabetes, heart disease, periodontitis, and more. So you get 1 gum disease treatment, 1 deep cleaning treatment, and up to 4 gum disease surgeries. The main difference between these two plans, excuse me, is that with the high plan, you can see any provider, whether they are in or out of network, and they have the same coinsurance. The high plan has a higher annual maximum of $2,000. If you need more extensive care, like crowns or root canals, your claims will be applied to the annual maximum amount. Lastly, the high plan covers orthodontia for children and adults. The high plan may be the best fit for you if your doctor is not in network and you don't want to switch providers. You anticipate you will have claims over $1,500 for the year, and you or your covered family members need orthodontia services. Now, the low plan may be a good option for you and your family if you if you know you'll use an in-network dentist, or if you and your covered family members don't need orthodontia services. And maybe you don't need significant dental care. Maybe everyone's, gums and teeth and mouth are healthy and have been healthy for, years, and you don't anticipate anyone having any, major services done. So let's take a look at how much of these each of these dental plans cost, and this is per biweekly paycheck. If any of you are being paid weekly, divide these numbers in half. I can also provide you these numbers in another PDF that to Lisa, and she can share that with you. Due to the richer benefits and the freedom to see any dentist, again, the high plan does cost you a little bit more. But again, if you don't need that level of dental care, and the low plan will help you save you money on your biweekly or weekly paycheck deductions. All right, let's move on to vision benefits. Just like dental dental plans, you have a choice of 2 different vision plans to choose from, and our provider here is VSP Vision Care. Both plans have a lot in common and provide the same coverage for preventative eye exams, contacts, frames, and lenses, along with some lens enhancements for no additional cost. Here's how the plans differ. With the Easy Option plan, it allows you to get new frames every 12 months instead of every 24 months. You also get an allowance up to $250 for frames and contacts, which is $100 more than what the base plan offers. Additionally, the Easy Option plan allows you to choose one of the following upgrades: light reactive lenses, progressive lenses, and anti-glare coating. With the base plan, think of it as covering your most basic needs. Lens and frame frequency is every 12 months, and your allowance is $150 for frames and contacts. With VSP, there are no physical ID cards needed. If you want something in your wallet, of course, they do have a printable version. Once you get registered and create your vision profile on their website, you can print something out that's shows your VSP coverage, your group number, and all that good stuff. But all you need to do really is when you go to see your eye doctor, of course, make sure they're in network with VSP. But once you get there and they ask you, your insurance provider, you just say you have VSP and that your employer is Infomark. They might ask you, obviously your name or date of birth or something like that. But they will take care of the rest. They can pull up the ins and outs of the plan right there on their screens and tell you what is covered and what is not covered under the plan. Here are the premiums for the 2 vision plan options. Again, these are biweekly payroll deductions. Again, for those who are weekly, just split these in half. And again, I will provide weekly options to Lisa to distribute to all of you should you need them. But of course, for the flexibility and the enhanced benefits of the Easy Option plan, premiums are slightly higher. Okay, let's move on. to tax savings accounts. So on this slide, we're going to be talking about flexible spending accounts for healthcare and dependent care, and then also we have a limited purpose FSA. So let's start first with the healthcare flexible spending account. So that is this right here on the left side of the screen. FSAs in general, they act like a 25% off coupon for your expenses because of their tax savings. Now, if you enroll in a PPO plan, or maybe you don't want to elect in medical coverage at all, you can contribute to the healthcare flexible spending account. You estimate how much money that you plan to spend on medical, prescription, dental, or vision care from your benefits effective date, which is April 1st, right, through December 31st of 2025. You set aside this money tax-free to pay for healthcare expenses. Some examples of those healthcare expenses could be doctors and prescription copays, deductibles and coinsurance, over-the-counter items such as Tylenol and women's feminine care products, dental expenses, including orthodontia, glasses, contacts, including LASIK procedures. You access the full amount of your election as early as the day your benefits take effect by using your My Choice FSA debit card or submitting a claim for eligible expenses. You can roll over up to $660 going into the 2026 calendar year. If you enroll in the high deductible health plan with the HSA plan, you can elect in a limited purpose FSA, which only covers dental and vision expenses. Now to the left or to the right of the screen here is your dependent care FSA. Let's talk about that for a moment. Anyone can enroll in the dependent care reimbursement account, even if you aren't enrolled in a medical plan. This account is for those who have children who are under the age of 13 years old. You can put money into this account and help you pay for after school or preschool or even summer camp. You know, summer's coming up, something to think about. The dependent care FSA does not carry over into the next year. It is truly a use it or lose it account. So while you can contribute up to $5,000 tax-free into this account, please be mindful of how much you're putting in and be mindful of how much you plan to spend. Okay. Both of these plans, I do require they do have IRS limits for this year. I just said $5,000 is the tax-free deduction for the FSA, for the dependent care FSA. For the healthcare FSA, you can contribute up to $3,300 tax-free. Next is the health savings account, otherwise known as HSA. We partner with Optum Bank for this. An advantage to enrolling in the high deductible health plan is that you can enroll in this account and contribute if you wish. HSAs can be used to pay for qualified medical, dental, and vision expenses, just like the healthcare FSA can. But unlike the healthcare FSA, the full balance rolls over at the end of every single year. So you can take the money with you, even if you were to leave Infomark someday, or if you were to retire. You can also enroll at any time during the year and make any changes to your election amount throughout the year. Just note that if you are enrolled in Medicare, then you are not able to enroll in this account. So Infomark gives you $500 of an employer contribution if you are enrolled in the HDHP plan with employee-only coverage, or if you are enrolled under this under the HDHP plan with your spouse or other dependents, family coverage, things like that, then Infomark will give you $1,000 and it goes directly into your HSA. Okay. Keep in mind that HSAs, they have contribution rules limited annually by the IRS, just like the FSAs do. And they are right here on the bottom half of this slide. the Infomark contributions do count towards these limits. When you go through your enrollment, there's a tool there that is very savvy. It helps you calculate everything. So you'll find it very easy to use. So it kind of does all the math for you as you're typing things in and trying to figure out how much you want to contribute. Okay. Next up, let's talk about our 401k savings plan. And we partner with Empower Retirement for this. So if you want to sign up or if you want to opt out of your 401k savings plan with Empower, then all you have to do is go to empowermyretirement.com. Click on register to get yourself registered, create your own username, create your own password. And once you log in, you'll be asked to set your contribution percentage, whether that be 0, whether that be 6%, whether that be 10%, whatever it is, that's up to you. You are automatically enrolled after 90 days of service at 6%. Okay. So if you contribute at least 6% of your salary, Infomark will give you a 3% match on that. While you're going through and enroll in registering with Empower Retirement, while you're in their platform, make sure to designate your beneficiaries. That is super important. Also, you can select which investments you want to put your money into. We also have another free resource with One Digital that is a resource that we partner with where they give you free one-on-one financial consultations that can help you with any questions you may have on your account or your investments, or even just your basic savings plans, or even your saving plan goals that you have in mind for you and your family. You can have as many free one-on-one sessions as you want. You can even bring your kids into it. You can bring your wife on or your spouse on the call. Really make it a family affair. They will meet with you as many times as you need to help get you where you need to be financially, where you want to be financially. Next up, let's talk about company paid benefits. Again, these are the benefits that Infomark pays for you. So you do not put a dime into these ones. Life insurance. We have basic life insurance. Infomark provides 1 times your annual earnings for basic life insurance. And then also accidental death and dismemberment. If your passing were to ever result from an accident while being an Infomark employee, an active Infomark employee, then the payout for that life insurance would actually be doubled. So. While you are going through enrollment, I want to point this out. You will be required to plug in your beneficiary information. So please make sure that you have, your beneficiary's first and last name, their social security number, a phone number, address, things like that. God forbid anything were to happen to you, then we know who to call to get in contact for life insurance claim reasons. Okay. Okay. So next up is disability benefits. We also partner with Prudential for this. There are 2 types of disability insurance that work together to help you get you back on your feet. You are automatically enrolled in these plans, so you don't pay the premiums at all. The first type of coverage I want to talk about is short-term disability, which replaces a portion of your paycheck in the early stages of a non-work related disability. So you can still pay your bills like your rent, your mortgage, your car payments, your groceries, and healthcare bills, and more. Infomark pays you 65% of your regular earnings during this time. For those of you who currently have 5 or more years of service, and we are recognizing your original hire dates, if you were to go out on leave and you have over 5 years of service, then Infomark will actually give you 80% of your earnings. And it is all supplemented with accrued sick and a vacation time that will automatically be put on your timesheets to help you give the most pay possible during your leave. The second type of coverage is long-term disability insurance. It picks up where your short-term disability coverage ends. This provides a portion of your income should your condition disrupt your ability to work for a longer lasting period of time. The company also provides this benefit at no cost to you. You receive a 60% income replacement benefit that comes directly from Prudential, and your monthly protection begins at the 91st day of disability. Next up, I want to just mention that we have a paid parental leave program. For our non-exempt hourly employees. So if you have over 1 year of service already, and you have a baby, then you are eligible to receive up to 80 hours of 100% pay for paid parental leave. All you would need to do is just call Prudential, put in a parental leave claim, or a paternity leave claim, whatever it is. And once it's approved, then me and my team will give you those hours on your timesheet. Okay. We do have another program for our exempt salary paid employees. So if you're an exempt salary paid employee and you have want more information on that, then I can provide that to you. All right. Let's talk about long-term disability and how it might be taxed. This is important because this is a question that will come up in your enrollment process. So it's important to know how long-term disability benefits work and how they might be taxed. Our plan allows you a choice of when you want to pay taxes for long-term disability coverage. You can either pay a small tax amount now while you are working and earning your full paycheck, also known as the Tax Me Now option, or you can choose to have taxes taken out of your long-term disability benefit if you have a lengthy period of disability, which is known as the Tax Me Later option. Many people choose the Tax Me Now. We also automatically enroll everyone in Tax Me Now. So if you would like to choose the other option of Tax Me Later, that's okay. You just got to make sure during the enrollment process that you go and you change that if you want. But as you can see in this example here on the screen in this chart, you get more money during the time when you are unable to work under the Tax Me Now option. This helps stretch your dollar farther when you are not earning a full salary. So again, just be sure to select the best option that best fits your needs when enrolling. Next up is voluntary benefits. These are the benefits that you pay for on your own. It conveniently comes out of your paycheck, okay? More life insurance. So in addition to the basic life offering, Infomark offers you the opportunity to purchase additional life insurance at an affordable group rate for yourself, your spouse or partner, and children. Extra life insurance offers financial peace of mind to cover expenses associated with funerals and living expenses. Extra life insurance can help lessen that financial burden during a tragic time when you are dealing with a loss of a loved one. If 1 times your salary that Infomark provides isn't enough of life insurance to leave your loved ones, you can purchase supplemental employee life insurance up to $500,000. Please note that evidence of insurability or proof of good health is required for amounts above $250,000. And you would submit your evidence of insurability to Prudential. You can also buy spouse life insurance up to $200,000. And again, evidence of insurability is required for amounts over $50,000. Child life insurance coverage is also available up to the child's age of 26 years old. You can buy amounts up to $20,000, which is just less than $2 a paycheck. So it's very affordable to have this. Okay. Next up is accident insurance. Accident insurance provides lump sum cash benefits for you if you or family members, including your kids, have an active lifestyle or participate in sports. This can help if you have expenses from an accidental injury, like fractures, broken bones, concussions, or burns. There are over 100 covered events that can trigger benefits for emergency treatment, ambulance transportation, physical therapy, or even hospital stays. You will see here the cost for accident insurance is as low as $6 per biweekly paycheck, which is only $80 a year. And with a $50 health screening benefit, that means it is only $30 a year. So, what does it mean, health screening benefit? What is that? So, if you go to get, let's say, your annual physical from your doctor every year, which is free, mind you, you take that information and you upload it into a 2-minute claim on the Aetna app, Aetna supplemental app, and Aetna will pay you $50 per member, per plan, per year. So if you've got a family of 4 and you all go gonna get your preventative screenings, that is $200 back in your pocket. Aetna also does have a convenient direct deposit option too. So you don't have to wait for a check in the mail if you don't want that option. It can just go directly into your bank account. Okay. Next up is the critical illness insurance, which provides lump sum payment between $5,000 and $30,000 in the event of an unexpected serious illness, such as a heart attack, stroke, or cancer. You can get a $100 reimbursement, which helps offset your annual premiums, again, by completing that annual physical exam. If you've got, if you're enrolled in critical illness and if you're enrolled in the accident plan, you go to get your physical. It pays per member, per plan, per year, and helps give you that money back. In general, though, with the critical illness plan, this may be very helpful to you or your covered dependents if any of these listed risks or conditions are at risk for you and your family. So if there's something that runs in your family that you are worried about, signing up or registering for this critical illness plan may be a good option for you. Next up, we have a group legal plan through MetLife. Now, many of us could use an attorney at some point in our lives. In fact, most adults need have a legal issue at least once per year. But it doesn't have to be expensive and it doesn't have to be stressful. So with this group legal plan, you can have the financial security that comes with knowing you have access to this top quality legal expertise for just $7.39 a paycheck or $192 a year. With the average hourly rate to see an attorney or just sit in an attorney's chair or call them on the phone, reaching or exceeding $370, this is a very low premium for the financial protection. You, your spouse, your partner, or your dependents are all covered under this plan for any coverage or any covered legal matter that arises. You can use this benefit with these types of issues: bankruptcy filing, negotiating with creditors, will preparation is a big one. I know our current employees use this for elder care law matters, refinancing, buying or selling a home, and reviewing personal contracts. I do want to mention that this legal program, it doesn't represent you in a court of law, but it can provide you with expertise and guidance. And if you need an attorney or a lawyer to represent you in a court of law, they can provide you with a list in your area in the appropriate losing my train of thought, in the appropriate section that you need to be represented for, and they can provide you a list of those people that can represent you. So okay. Next up is Norton LifeLock, which is identity theft protection. We have two benefits or two plan options here that you can choose from. The Benefit Essential plan, which covers kind of like your basic identity theft needs. And then you've got your Benefit Premier plan, which covers all the basic needs of the Benefit Essential plan and more. We do have a true side-by-side image on our benefits website. If you need to see this, if you need help finding it, let us know, and I can, we can help point you in the right direction how to see that. But the biweekly payroll deductions are below, very inexpensive, very affordable. And again, this is per check. Again, if you are a weekly paid employee, you just kind of, divide these numbers in half. And that will be your paycheck deduction. All right, we're almost done, so stay with me here. Next up, we have pet insurance by MetLife and home and auto RV insurance by Farmers, which you can enroll in at any time. You just call the numbers there on the screen, and you just say you're an Infomark employee. I think they give you like a 10% discount or something, just for being an Infomark employee, and you can get started. What's nice about these benefits is that the amounts you pay to have this coverage, either of these coverages or both, comes conveniently out of your biweekly or weekly paychecks. You can drop these coverages at any point in time if you want to, or if you were to leave Infomark or retire and you want to take it with you, you can. You just need to call them and say, hey, I want to transfer this to a personal policy, and you can absolutely do that. Okay. Some financial wellness tools that we have that are available to you is first one is Smart Dollar. It's a free step-by-step approach to handling money. It teaches you tips and tricks, budgeting. It's great for kids as well if you're trying to teach your kids the value of a dollar and how to save their money. It can help you get out of debt. It can help you save for the future. It can help you with retirement. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that it does. It is a Dave Ramsey run program, I will say that. It is a very helpful tool, and again, it is free if you would like to take advantage of it. The next financial wellness tool on the other side of the screen here is Cashable. Cashable is a low interest loan program. You can get loan amounts anywhere from $250 to $20,000. It's based off of your annual earnings and your ability to repay the loan within a 6 to 24 month term. You repay the loans through convenient payroll deductions, which is nice. I personally have used this program. I used it for my wedding a couple years ago. I put my DJ on my credit card, on my Capital One card, so I can get the points but have money taken off my flight tickets for the honeymoon. And I didn't have enough money in my account to cover the DJ out of my savings. So, I went with Cashable. It's my first time using it, and it was really easy to use. I had money in my account within 24 hours. And of course, I was able to repay this loan in no time, which was really nice. So, but you can use it for all sorts of things. If your water heater goes, that happened to me too a couple of years ago. If your water heater goes, you can use it for that. Medical bills, auto repairs, expensive auto repairs. If you've got a car like mine where it's got 130,000 miles on it and still going, this is going to be a great resource for you. Vet bills are a huge one, and any family expenses. So whatever you need it for, Cashable is there. But I do want to let you know that be aware of all interest rates, all APR rates. Really shop around if you are needing a loan. Don't just go to Cashable or don't just go to your 401k. Really shop around your options and pick the one that makes sense for you and your financial needs. Okay. Remember, we want to get you guys enrolled by March 31st. You just go to myinfomarkbenefits.com, click on the Benefits Center. You want to get registered, get logged in. As my manager Gina said in the beginning of this presentation, some of you may not all be in our Kronos system yet. So we will keep an eye on that within the next, 24 to 48 hours. And we'll, let Lisa know once we see all you guys are in there so that you can all get enrolled. Okay. So finally, if you need any help registering, logging in, enrolling, or if you have any benefit questions, you can call the Infomark Benefits Center representative line at that 888-532 number. Yeah, it's right there. Definitely save that number if you need it. It's also on the front page of myinfomarkbenefits.com if you need that again, as well as the number to Health Advocate. And remember, Health Advocate is free. It's an employee assistance program that is available to you and your family members. So truly take advantage of that. Thank you all so much for attending this Infomark Benefits webinar to learn more about the exciting benefits available to you and your family for the rest of this year. Okay, I'll end the presentation there. Thank you all so much for your time.
Jane,
Yes.
there's a couple of questions.
Yep, just, so one with the account on infomarksbenefits.com. Do the spouses end up having an account for Access also, or do they just use the account that the employee sets up to log into
That's a great question. They can set up their own account as well. And then if the employees want, let's say, because I understand a lot of spouses do take hold and do the enrollments for them. If they ever call the online benefits center, like the spouse ever calls on behalf of their spouse, the employee would just first need to be on that call and give verbal confirmation that yes, this is my spouse. They can speak on behalf for me, things like that. But yes, they can, create their own registration accounts as well.
that? Next quick question, the dental plan.
Yes.
Do you know which network the Infomark plan is under with that company? When I looked at it online, you have to be able to put in a network to figure out if it's in network or out of network.
So yes, it's with United Concordia, and don't have it in front of me. It's like the I think it's like Elite something. I can let me just confirm that. It's escaping my brain right now.
Not a problem. That was one I didn't think you wanted to know right off your head, but thought I'd ask.
Oh, good. No, absolutely. And I will get that for you for sure.
Another quick one that you might know right off, the FSA.
Yes.
Can you only spend what you've already saved and put into the account? So like if we first set up an account and you've only put a little bit into it from deductions, you would only have that little bit available to spend.
So with the healthcare FSA part of it, it is a front-loaded card. So let's say I want to contribute $1,000 for this year. As soon as I get my Choice FSA card, that's going to have $1,000 on it. And then your contributions are going to come out of your paycheck, throughout the rest of the year. And by the end of this 2025 year, you have met that $1,000 contribution. So it's just front loaded so that you can use it as soon as you need to.
Perfect.
Mhm.
And then one other question I think Steve was going to ask also.
Sure.
Currently, we're using Empower. So I believe all of our employees have Empower accounts.
Perfect. Yes, I do remember Gina telling me that. So
Yeah.
that makes the transition a lot easier for you guys. So if you already have an Empower retirement account, then you can use the same credentials. I believe that when you do first log in, once everything on the back end has been kind of like transferred over, then you'll get an option that says, do you want to continue with Infomark account, and you'll choose that option to get in.
Okay. So it will be something that'll pop up and we'll see.
Right. Yep.
Now you won't have to load all the other stuff right through Empower.
I mean, for that new account, you'll have to go in and put your beneficiaries again and things like that.
But I mean, like other stuff that's showing up in Empower, that I see right now when I get on Empower, it'll still show up. I won't have to go.
It should, because you already have Empower accounts, it all should still be there, including your beneficiaries actually. But take this time. It doesn't hurt to go log in if you don't normally. And once everything transfers over, make sure your beneficiaries are who you want them to be. Make sure their socials are there, their date of births are there, the names are correct, your investments look good. Really take this time treat it as a new thing. So you learn more about it.
But will there be a new set of investments under Infomark versus what we were in under our existing 401k or? Well-
Yes, there is. And I think we do have a list of those investments, so I can get that over to you as well.
That'd be awesome.
Uh-huh,
I have a question.
sure.
I work when needed. Would I apply to any of these options that you've shown? I don't have a regular bi-weekly paycheck.
Oh, you're more contracted?
Well, I'm not contracted. I just don't work when I don't
Okay.
need to work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he works
Um,
when we got work.
It's a good question.
But it'll
Um,
very change year to year.
yeah, so to be eligible for the Infomark benefits, you would have to work at least 30 hours every week to be able to enroll in the benefits.
Okay.
One last quick question I just didn't see an answer to was the, long-term disability. How long does that, contributions take effect if you're on long-term disability?
So it pays as long as needed, as long as you meet the Prudential's definition of disability. So once once you're on long-term disability, you go under Prudential, and Prudential is the one paying you on a monthly basis. And throughout that time, they're still connecting with you, they're still connecting with your treating physicians to make sure you meet their definition of disability so that they can keep paying you that monthly contribution. If at any time, your doctors, during that conversation, so say, hey, you're getting better, and maybe you don't meet the definition of disability, then at that point you may return to work. It's different for everybody, but it's definitely a good conversation to have with someone from Prudential regarding that.
That's all I got.
Concerning the CVS Caremark,
Yes.
like how does that work if you don't use CVS as your pharmacy?
So they also use, sorry, can you remind me? I'm sorry, what state are you guys in?
Georgia.
Georgia, okay. I know they partner with like Costco, and they partner, I think, with BJ's, and a lot of other pharmacies that you can go pick things up at. If you're taking a maintenance medication though, you do want to go either pick up that medication from a participating, CVS provider, or another pharmacy that they partner with. And they have those listed on CVS, caremark.com. If you don't see it, I can get that to you, of course, to help you out. But if you're just picking up one-off things like, I don't know, like pink eye medication or whatever, like you can really go to any pharmacy.
Okay, and then just kind of jumping around, but on the 401k, like you
Uh-huh.
showed to get the 3% match, you have to contribute 6%. Is there like a sliding scale or anything, or is it just like you have to go 6% to get 3% and that's it? Or like if you contributed 3%, you get a 1.5% or match?
There's no sliding scale yes. I'm gonna answer your question is yes, but to get the full 3%, you want to contribute at least 6%.
Yeah, I guess, but like, let's just say you contributed 4%. What would be the percent match on that?
I don't know at the top of my head, to be honest. I'm not a 401k expert here, but the answer would be yes. You would receive some portion of the match, but you wouldn't receive the full 3%. That makes sense.
I believe I read it's a 50% match up to 3%.
Yeah, we can confirm.
It's It's a, yeah, 3% match
But,
as long as you contribute at least 6% of your salary.
match, the maximum match is 3%. So even if I contributed 20% or whatever most allowed by law, it would just be the 3% match, right?
Correct. Yeah, you got it.
And then you said that there's a separate paid parental leave policy for like exempt. Is
Yes.
there any way to find that?
Yes, it is in our handbook. I can also send you that information directly. Because it has more in-depth information that's not in our policy that I can share with you and anyone else who's interested, who's an exempt employee.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
We can talk about it.
Anything else, guys? We good?
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Jane, they do have an employee who wasn't able to make it today. So when you get the recording,
Mhm.
can